Good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are live here in the 1912 studios. And as always, I'm your host, Reno Thompson, alongside my good friend, my brother, my teammate, Coach B. Barlow. But before you do anything else, make sure you do us a quick favor. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in with us on our Patreon and our YouTube page, where we do a lot of the great insights and connections with y'all as well, too. But yeah, man, like I said, this is Tennessee State versus Lindenwood week here. We're going to get into it.
What's good?
Got some interviews with coaches from each team, Coach Barlow from Tennessee State and Coach Stugart from Lindenwood, man. So we're going to do some good reactions, and then we're going to talk through this upcoming game, man. But before I do anything else, man, Barlow, talk to me, man. How we feeling today, man? What's good?
Man, you know, it's a beautiful day here at the land of golden sunshine. It's like I like to tell people, it's got a big game tomorrow. The Big Blue, you know what it do, taking on Lindenwood. Hopefully we can get us some wins, add the 3.
Yeah.
Go 1-0.
That's it, man. Going 1-0, man. Like I said, we're gonna definitely tap into that, man. So let's get to it, man. Let's hear from Coach Barlow.
Roll the tape.
The OVC coaches call.
Plays that we feel,
So through 8 games, I think Tennessee State has about 14 points a game right now. Drives are stalled pretty much inside the 20 a lot with about 15 red zone trips, and coming away with only 5 touchdowns. What specific red zone answers are you all leaning into as you prepare for Lindenwood this Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say same as, because obviously you have to adjust some of your plays from a red zone standpoint, but you want to come away with touchdowns instead of field goals. Although we believe in Perez, but just find a way to get touchdowns instead of field goals or putting ourselves in bad situations. But Coach Morgan, Coach Shannon, Russ, and all those guys, I trust them in coming up with the collaboration as we've been talking about, and coming up with plays that we feel fit, one, the personnel that we have, and then 2, fit and will be give us an opportunity to get touchdowns down there in the red zone. So there are some things that we sat yesterday and talked about. Obviously we don't get to red zone stuff until a little later on in the week, but in terms of things that we'll be able to do, we've had some conversations about that, and looking forward to tomorrow practice when we install some of that stuff, and then of course Thursday is when it's a heavy red zone day for us. So we'll continue to work at it. Hopefully, continue to improve.
Definitely. All right. There you have it, man. Like, that was the first question. We'll get into the next one, but what's your action, Mather, man? As you saw, I definitely talked about the deficiencies within
Man. Tell the folks how hard it is sometimes to ask those type of questions. As a reporter, from player to coach to ref, like, I know you don't like putting them in that position, but
yeah,
what you think?
It's what I agreed to step into, man. Stepping into this side of it. When you're a reporter, you have to do that, and you have to ask.
The red zone ain't looking good right now, right?
No, it's not, right. And as a reporter, you have to ask a tough question. Otherwise, the very people that you're looking to be your colleagues in this space, reporters,
they're
not going to respect you, and they're going to say, "Oh, okay, you just want a softball to feel good." Like, no, there's a, and I believe I highlighted that, man. There's still a good way to ask a tough question that doesn't come off condescending and attacking. It was what it was, man. So yeah, I mean, it's tough in that sense, but step into it. But
I think he, like he said, they just gonna keep practicing and got to get better. But if you're not really making plays outside the red zone, it's hard to make plays inside the red zone. So I'm not too surprised by the answer. That's a great, keep it cool. That's what you want to hear. You want to hear that they're gonna keep working on it. He said they got 2 periods for it, Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah.
So you only get 3 days to practice. So out of 2 of them 3 days, practicing red zone, hopefully we can get in the red zone and get some dubs.
Definitely, man. It's this is what we can do. So this is now us trying to project, like, how would we go about it. For me, it is.
I already know where you're going.
Yeah, for me, when you're in that situation in red zone, right? Right now, I'm leaning towards what works, because a lot of times it's been a good run play that got you there. And you know, you gotta find a way to stick to that. And you gotta keep quarterback Byron McNair out of those situations where it's your standard shotgun drop back pass where you're
37
stuck
on the
doing a lot of
12.
blocking.
Yeah.
Because right now, the offensive line has still struggled through a lot of the one-on-one blocking in the passing game. And for me, I would stick to 12 personnel. Heck, I go old school twin personnel and figure this thing out. And then when I did try to, when I did throw the ball in that area, it needs to be off of PA. It needs to be off PA, and like legit PA. So like, if outside zone was some good runs that got me there, I need to run the PA off the outside zone. Or if it was power,
Bootleg, yep,
PA needs to be off. And when I say PA, I mean play action, folks.
Play action, yeah.
Yeah. What would you say?
I'm thinking what I tell guys is, if you're not gonna be good in the red zone, then you got to be big in big plays. You feel me? So some of those big plays and big long runs, man, I tell them guys, hey, man, finish the play. Mm-hmm. Go score. Get to the end zone because it gets tough in the red zone. Yeah. You feel me? Let's try to focus on, finishing some of those long runs, those breakaway. I know the running back, I forget his name, the big boy that came in last week that was running. He had about 290 pounds. If he just, make one more move or something, he might, take it to the crib. So red zone wise, if you're not good in the red zone, you got to be good in big plays.
Definitely. And the next thing I got into, which we'll get into about with Coach, is, we'll do it now, but Lindenwood, who's shown to be hurt by a strong run game pretty much every game this year.
Yeah, give him the numbers.
So like over 200 yards rushing a game right now for them. So let's get into that real quick.
Let's see what he say.
Definitely, and then follow up. With Lindenwood's defense allowing about 210 rushing yards per game, and 32 points overall. Do you see this as a week where the Big Blue fans are going to see a lot of Simmons Browns and Turbo and the crew this Saturday as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, Reno, it's not, every game is so different, and every team plays so different when we play or whatever. But for us, the foundation starts with the running game, and we've been blessed to have obviously Kendrick Rhymes, with him being hurt, having Simmons Brown, the way that he's had some big plays for us. He runs the ball hard. He's a patient runner. So obviously it starts with the running game. That's the best thing to help out a young quarterback, help out an inexperienced quarterback, is having a good running game. So I definitely want to be able to run the ball with a host of, Simmons Brown, with Porter, with Pearson, just a good combination of all of those guys helping us out in the running game.
Yeah, definitely. That's good to know because, like you said, the run game sets up everything, man. We got to be a run-first team. It's just about running through people, bro. Marshawn Lynch say run through somebody's face, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you can run the ball on these guys and you can impose your will, it's just a different feeling when you're on the field. You don't get tired. Nobody gets hurt because we running it and we ain't stopping and the whole train moving. But when you getting, tackled in the backfield, you fumbling the ball, you false starting, so now it's 1st and 15. Like you don't set yourself up for a good run game, which means you setting yourself up to get punched in the face because they coming off that edge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also what I gathered in this is because these calls are done early in the week, so as a coach, you're not gonna give off the full game plan, folks, right? So, right. But still, his approach is still the right one, which is it's week to week and what they do. And week to week means from an offensive standpoint or defensive standpoint, what did that other side of the ball that I got to face, what have they not done good overall this season? And then where have they looked bad the last 3 weeks so far up to now, right? So you look at those things. Are they the same? Are they different? And then you plan your attack from that standpoint. And that's what I gather. But, this is, for me, I'm expecting Tennessee State to have a 200+ yard rushing game on Saturday. Anything short of that, you're looking at a very difficult way to win the ball game because again, if they've shown that they give up runs, and I imagine again that's a combination of the running backs and probably some quarterbacks scrambling for some yards as well too.
Well, does that foreshadow that team? So are we saying what's Lindenwood's record again?
Let me do a quick look here. I know they have.
I mean, I should probably know it, but we've never played Lindenwood, right?
During our years, no.
Yeah, I don't. My bad, guys.
I'm trying to look up right now. Do a quick search on.
Me and Cecil was talking about that. Who is Lindenwood, man? We can't lose to Lindenwood, man. It's like losing the Lane.
I
was so upset about the Lane game. We don't want to go too far back. Shout out to them boys at Lane, man. Kappa Seed, the Bruss.
I can't find it.
Come on, man. Let me find this thing. Lindenwood. I'm just saying because a team that gives up that much.
Yeah. They're overall 3-5.
Oh, so we got the same record almost.
Yeah. We got 2 wins. They got 3. And 2 of their wins came in the conference.
See, they don't see. That's what I'm saying. Those stats may not match up with the personality of that team. Because when you see a stat that says that, you think, we may be able to punch these guys in the face.
Mm-hmm.
They giving up 200, but we got to go back and watch the tape and see what it is because
definitely.
They got 3 wins and 2 conference wins. We ain't got no conference wins.
Yeah, they lost to University of St. Thomas. They lost to App State. They beat Charleston Southern 35-28. They beat Stony Brook 30-27.
Oh, they beat Stony Brook?
They lost to Miami of Ohio 38-0.
That's Ed Georgia, right?
Miami of Ohio? No. He's Bowling Green.
Bowling Green.
And they beat UT Martin 30-14.
They beat UT Martin?
Yeah, 30-14.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a good game.
Oh, wait. I went too far back. Here we go. So, game 1 was Miami of Ohio 38-0. Then they beat Stony Brook 30-27. Then they beat Charleston Southern 35-28. Then hold on.
My bad.
Anyways, I'm looking at this schedule the wrong way, so we're gonna have to scratch all that. But anyways, we know that what their stuff has come from, right? And it highlights what you said about them being just because they've given up 200 yards doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate because that average might be running off of a team that was just way, way better than them and has ballooned it these within their losses. So we'll see how that goes. But regardless, it says something. And I think that if that's how it's been for 8 games for them so far this year, that means something. If that's your average, then that means something. So you got to know that you got to come and exploit that. So
yeah, run the ball.
Let's hear from like I said, I had a chance to sit down with Coach Stugart.
Pull him up.
Thanks, Kyle. Hey, Coach Stugart, Reno Thompson here with Uproar Radio. As Kyle said, covering
got that coffee on him. You see
sports with Tennessee State Vanderbilt High School. Pleasure to get a chance to talk to you for the first time here. Your rushing output is about 103 yards per game, and it seems to be that when Glance has been a part of that run game solution, you've won, especially with that QB run RPO when it's really alive. And the games that I looked at were your UT Martin, your Charleston Southern spurts that you had within there. What are your plans to manufacture this same level of run efficiency against TSU, who's for the most part shown a good beat on handling any team's run game?
No, they've done a good job with that. I think part of that, Reno, early in the year, we did have we were really banged up in our running back room. We kind of relied on Nate a little bit more in the run game. Kind of had to a little bit. It's always part of our offense in times. And also, to your point, it kind of depends on what defenses are giving you or what they take away. And so that can have a little factor on, I think, as the success Nate's had, we've had running with the quarterback run game a little bit. Obviously, things change through the week when people start to focus on taking that away. And so you got to be able to counter it. It can't just happen all the time. If people are making it a point to take that away. So that's part of the fun strategy of football is what defenses are willing to focus on and what you feel like you can exploit. So that's always a part of our DNA and our offense. The options are always going to be there, and it just kind of really depends on what the defense gives us. But that's one thing I noticed they do well. This team flies around, flies to the ball, do well in that aspect. So, we've got our hands full again this week.
All righty, so that's where we are. Except with Coach right there, man. Let's react, man. What you got?
Basically, from what I got from that answer was, he shouted out Tennessee State saying we do pretty good stopping the run. And, basically they're going to try to exploit whatever defense we give them. But I don't think he answered the question, but it's just, he basically just said, yeah, they do a good job stopping the run.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to run it down their throat. That's what he thinks.
Yeah.
I think they're still going to run it down our throat. Yeah, that's what coaches do when they don't want to give it, like you said, early in the week. You don't want to say too much. He just basically repeated the question and told you, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they do a good job stopping run. But really in his head, he's like, we're about to run it down their throat. That's what they thinking, y'all.
Yeah, man. That is exactly it is you hit it on the head, man. I was gonna say, like, he's definitely not speaking what he wants to do.
Not worried about our run defense.
Yeah, like these coaches, they're good at what they do, man. Like they're gonna always be respectful until someone gives them reason to not be respectful in the media, So like that's just standard.
Oh, Reno, you got to push him a little harder for that. You got to say, Coach, you didn't give me an answer right there, Coach. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You got to push him a little harder. He lucky I ain't on the car. I've been working these past few Tuesdays.
Oh man, I'm already knowing, man. But it's like I said, you have some more of that stuff to look into, man. But for me, I'm of the belief that they will definitely go about it as you said that way, and I'm also thinking that that quarterback play, because the follow-up question to that is they were really, really good in RPO with their quarterback, and who's hurt us at quarterback runs? North Dakota State,
Alabama
A&M, Tennessee Tech, like whether it's true RPO or just boom, being able to maneuver in the pocket and get the 4 yards needed, the 5 yards needed. So, I mean, that's one where I say defensively, I mean, I'm gonna keep saying this, that D line is gonna have to collectively play in the backfield consistently.
We gotta beat them up, man. It's a fight this week. We gotta win the fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want no injuries and nothing.
Hey, thanks, Kyle. Hey,
sorry, let me
Coach Stugart, Reno Thompson with Uproar Radio, as Kyle said,
Just
covering all
replayed it.
things Middle Tennessee sports with Tennessee State Vanderbilt High School.
Excellent.
Pleasure to get a chance to talk.
I'm sorry, hold on. Let me get the right one back up. I'm sorry.
Your rushing output is about 103.
Our running back things change through the week when people start to focus on taking that away.
Sorry about that.
Our offense, the options.
It's a new one.
Defense and giving up over, I believe, 2 previous games on just your rushing.
Full again. This team flies around, flies to the ball.
Oh, here we go. Sorry about that.
Do well in that aspect. So we've got our hands full again this week.
And then my follow-up question is, I know you talked about it, especially with previous games on just your rushing defense and giving up over, I believe, 200 yards a game right now. And then as you're looking at what Tennessee State has started to show with their running backs, starting to get some rhythm going in there, from your standpoint, what are you thinking about as you prepare for a team that has a few good backs that are starting to catch some rhythm? Is it just personnel, structural tweaks, or just old school, just on those early downs, having heavier fronts and just just pushing them to throw the ball early?
You'll say hit them.
Well, I think a lot of last week we discovered, like in my quote when I talked about what a game doesn't define your season, it can define your but it can expose some truth. And last week we had we had guys that had great intentions. We had, in other words, trying to probably do more than what they're supposed to do because they're wanting to help. They're wanting to make a play. And sometimes most of the time when you start to fall out of your responsibility, it can create other problems. And so I think we saw a little bit there of desperation where we were, trying to get quick answers. Guys, you go back and watch a film you can try to catch it in the game. You can try to see it on an iPad, but when you really reflect on a whole game and watch.
Okay, I'm gonna pause that real quick. So, you hear that in that first reaction right there? Because again, I gave him the follow up because I've kind of asked both coaches the same styles of questions so I can make sure we can read this up the right way. It goes back to what you were saying, and in this sense, on the defensive side of what they've given up, he's highlighted it's been a lot of players doing more than what they've been asked to do.
They ain't listening, man. The boys ain't listening to their coaches. Is what they sound like.
So
don't try to put it on the players, coach.
So for me, I'm like,
on the players, man. It's up to the coach.
Yeah. So for me, I'm thinking that they're definitely of the belief that they're going to have the discipline this week, and I'm predicting that there's no way that they don't play some heavy fronts on first down. There's no way. You don't go up there and they're going to do it because the other teams have done a good job of that against Tennessee State early in games, playing heavier up on the front line. Just to get the QB starting to throw the ball out earlier as well too within the downs, man. So that's. Did you catch that?
Yeah, definitely. He sound like he trying not to blame the losses on anybody. But really, he blaming the defense. It's a lot of guys that have some intentions. That's what the coach tell you when he trying to call you out, but really don't. Hey, you intended to make the tackle, Reno.
Yeah.
But intentions only happen in what? Come on, coach, don't give us that stuff. Hey, them boys ain't tackling; they missing tackles.
Yeah,
our defense is missing tackles. Tackles is want to, and they don't want to. That's what he wanted to say.
Let me press play again.
Go ahead. You guys, sometimes we were starting to get out of the things that we do. So you got to get back to simplicity and getting back to gap control, force and fill defense, and do your job. And so, I think, we get some guys back healthy. I think, there's a little stretch. You're playing two really good physical run teams the last 2 weeks, facing another opportunity of good team again this week. But
don't try to see try to catch that.
Got some guys that haven't been playing as much. Everybody's dealing with injuries. That's not even an excuse because we're probably healthy in a lot of areas. But you have to, as a coach, manage those injuries because everybody's having them. Everybody's going through them. So that's never. So you got to have answers. So sometimes it's having those next guys up to challenge them to
every time
with their effort, everything they got to do to fill that void. And so we were able to, that's why some of these guys will be able to be challenged this week to learn from their mistakes of last week. And we got to go play good football for us. We kind of talk about a faceless opponent. It's you can't worry about the next team we're playing. So we got to worry about ourselves and what we do and how we play, and then kind of let the chips fall where they may at the end.
All right, that's Coach. That's Coach, man. Yeah. So, final thoughts on that one, man.
Who won the press conference for Reno? Who won the Reno press conference? Who you think is gonna win after hearing both sides? We should start this. This should be a bet. This should be one of the bets.
Neither coach really led on naturally, but I'm of the belief that. From what I gathered when I was actually in the moment, I'm of the belief that both coaches are going to be convinced that they're going to right their wrongs for what they've experienced with their teams, and we're going to find out who's the better one come tomorrow at 3:30 Central Standard Time.
You said right, 3:30.
So it's going to be more on that. We're going to have to see how that goes, man. So
I think. What was the coach name from Lindenwood?
Jed Stugart.
Coach Stewart. Jed Stugart.
Stugart.
All right. Coach Stugart. No, he didn't sound too bad. He just, Sounds like he's going through a tough season too.
Yeah.
You know, taking some losses.
Yeah.
It's hard to coach when you're getting beat, man.
Yeah.
That's when you got to really push through it. You got to really coach and develop because then practices get tough. Boys start acting crazy. You know, your girls start tripping. Everything happens when you're losing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, both of those guys pushing through. Shout out to the coaches. Shout out to the boys, the fans. But just understand, somebody got to lose.
Yeah. It is. This is the tale of the tape before we see the actual game on tomorrow is if Tennessee State does not run the ball well and finish drives,
long day, right?
They it will not be. Tennessee State fans are going to go home sad again. So you better run the ball extremely well and you better finish those drives in the red zone.
We got to get the band playing on the runs. They used to play the drum cadence on the run.
Yeah, something. And then defensively, this quarterback hurts people when he gets to moving around. So you better get home.
Don't say Reno ain't tell y'all.
Get home and don't miss. All right. Once you get home, don't miss.
Finish. Yeah, you gotta finish.
So it is simply that. Those two things happen, Tennessee State gets a win. If those two things don't happen, Tennessee State's gonna lose. So it's gonna come down to that, man. It's gonna come down to that.
I agree with that.
All right, man. Well, look here, man. We appreciate y'all for coming by the show. Real quick, brother, to the fans, to the folks that are up there in your space, because I know you're not in Nashville like Fleming and I are. But real quick, just share with us what you got going on the farm and some stuff you got going on out there, so the people in the area can catch it.
Hey, so you know we got the good times coming at the Land of Golden Sunshine. Today we're doing our Halloween trick-or-treat trail. You know, we got some vendors coming out. We're gonna be passing out some candy. You know, I'm the bad Halloween person because I'm passing out lettuce and tomatoes. I'm passing out radishes and carrots and beets. They're gonna be mad at me, but hey, I'm a haunted farmer. You feel me? Haunted farmer. But you know, we got that going on, and then this Sunday. We got our Sunday morning yoga, sunrise yoga. Come get in before you go to church. We'll be in the greenhouse, nice, hot and sweaty. Get your stretch on before you get your blessing on. You feel me? But we'll be kicking it at the Land of the Golden Sunshine for the whole month. Make sure y'all come pull up on the weekends. We'll have this thing open, running around. We got the bonfires, got the s'mores, we got the hot toddies. Reno, they got the hot toddies down there, buddy.
Okay.
Get you some of them hot toddies. We got some music. We got some live karaoke going on. Nice. Hey, we're just hanging out under the stars, man.
Good deal.
Jersey, you know, we got trials coming up soon. 7-on-7 season is here in LG.
Okay.
I have my own team this year, Reno.
Oh.
Just me? No, not just me. I'm going to have some coaches too, but
yeah,
I'm doing my own tryout.
Gotcha.
When I say my own, I mean like I'm only taking 30 kids.
Yeah.
Can't go over 30.
Yeah, two teams basically.
2 teams of 15U. One 15 and 118.
Yeah, gotcha.
115, 118. Doing 30 kids between here in Virginia, Jersey and Virginia.
Yeah.
I need 30 that's ready to ball and ready to go to college and ready to go to the league. It's proven, man. If you come get with us, you follow the plan, you increase your chances 99.9% of getting to college. And they paying kids in college now, Reno.
Yeah.
So come sign up. Check out the page, Coach B. Barlow. Be nice. Farmer B, Land of Golden Sunshine.
I love it.
See y'all later.
Love it. Well, as always, man, thank you all. Like I said, check in with us, tap in with us as always. Next week, we're having a special guest. Dominique Raj-Kumar is going to come to the show.
The Hall of Famer.
All things. Yes, Black College Football Hall of Famer, Tennessee State Football Hall of Famer, Dominique Raj-Kumar, our teammate. You know, my actual classmate as well too, man. So it's going to be a good tap in with him. He's going to provide some wisdom on a lot of stuff, man. So look forward to seeing you all next week on Uproar Radio Show.
Yeah, buddy.
It's time to tune